Hello guys, and welcome to part 4 of my PlayStation 2 collection. I hope you guys haven't been bored so far with parts 1, 2 and 3. So let's get cracking. There's still quite a few to go through. I'm guessing there will be a part 5 and possibly a part 6 as well. I'm going to try and keep it to no more than that, so hopefully things will work out and I'll be able to squeeze it into 6 parts in total. But in any way, let's get going. First game I've got here is Ninja Assault. This is a light gun game. A pretty good one in my opinion. I remember this in the arcades and it is a lot of fun, so if you're into light gun shooters, it's highly recommended. Next, I've got Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. This plays very much like a God of War style game. You know, running around, hack and slash sort of game. It's quite cool, it's quite interesting because I was a fan of the film. So, the game is okay, it plays well. But I don't know, it's just something about it that's a bit off to me. But technically there's nothing really wrong with it. But it's a cool game, it's a Capcom game, so definitely had to add it to the collection. Next one I've got is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Now this is actually my favourite Grand Theft Auto game. I absolutely love this game. I put many hours into it. A lot of fun. I really hope that the new one that comes out is similar to this, and I have a feeling that it might be because I think it is set in and around San Andreas, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, yeah, awesome game, one of the best in the series for sure. Next, I've got God of War, brilliant game, one of my favourites on the PlayStation 2. Just fantastic all round. It's no surprising that the series is still going on strong. Just a lot of fun. Probably, I think, my second favourite of the series overall. And following that, we have God of War 2. This is the Platinum Edition. It's one of 2 Platinum games in my collection. At first, having a Platinum game did bother me a lot, but I was going to replace it. But in the end, I just decided, you know what, what's the point? There's no point. I can't be asked. But anyway, this is my favourite God of War game. Absolutely love this one. Just brilliant. It really improved on the first one. God of War 3 on PlayStation 3 is awesome as well. It has better graphics, but I don't think it's as good as God of War 2. The first 2 are still my favourites. Next game is Gungrave. This is a really cool third-person shooter. You sort of play this sort of anime character, sort of got lots of guns, and you sort of go around killing people, jumping from side to side, doing slow-mo stuff. It's a really cool game. The sequel is a little bit more obscure than this one, but it's a lot of fun. If you like your action games, guys, highly recommend it. Next here, we've got Genji. This kind of plays like, it's been such a long time since I've played this game, so I'm just trying to remember. I think it's sort of like a Resident Evil style game in the sense that it uses fixed camera angles, but otherwise it's sort of like an action sort of game. It's okay, it's nothing special. Pretty forgettable in my opinion for the most part. Next one, I have Gunbird Special Edition. This is a vertical shooter. It's a really cool one. Definitely recommend it, guys, if you can find it in the wild. Next one I've got here is The Red Star. This is sort of like a scrolling beat-em-up slash shooter. It's a 2-player co-op as well. Really cool game. You can usually find this game out in the wild for very cheap. So if you do find it, guys, I recommend it. Especially if you like games like Contra. It's a very, very cool game. Next one I have here is Kingdom Hearts 2. I haven't played this yet because I haven't completed the first game. It's Kingdom Hearts. It seems like a great sort of action RPG series. So once I complete the first one, I'll definitely give this one a crack. Next, I've got Resident Evil 4. I have to admit, I started playing this, I got quite far, then I just sort of got stuck and then I stopped. I need to get back into this one. because obviously it's a very good game. Heard a lot of good things about it, so yeah, this is definitely high on my priority to get back into. Next, I've got Robotech Battle Cry. This is a really cool sort of 3D shooter game. I'm a big fan of Robotech, so this definitely appeals to me. Probably not for everyone, but if you are a fan of Robotech, definitely check this game out. Next, we've got Resident Evil Code Veronica X. This is another one I need to get back into. I actually played this game again, got very far into it, and then I can't remember why, but I stopped playing it, and I left it for a long time, and then when I did try to get back into it, I sort of forgot where I was supposed to be going, so I have to sort of start again, and I haven't really been back to it since. But yeah, it's an awesome game, and probably the last really good sort of old school Resident Evil game. Next up, I've got Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence. This is basically Metal Gear Solid 3 with bells and whistles on. You've got like a few extra modes here. I believe you can play some of the old Metal Gear games as well. This actually was quite rare at one point until they released the Metal Gear HD collection. This sort of dropped in value a little bit. It's definitely worth to have as just a collector's piece. Next one is The Matrix Path of Neo. Haven't really put too much time into this game, but it definitely seems like a much better Matrix game. I like the fact that you can control Neo and sort of take part in various scenes from the movies. Moving on, we've got Legacy of Kain Defiance. Haven't played this yet, there's not much to say really, but it's a 3D action game. Next one I've got here is Klonoa 2. Lunatea's Veil. This is the sequel to Klonoa. Excellent game. Highly recommended, guys. It's a 2.5D platform game. The first one on the PS1 is actually quite rare now, but this one is also sort of going up in price. So if you do see this game, guys, highly recommend you pick it up. Don't leave this one too long, because it's only going to go up in price later on. And we've got Kingdom Hearts here. As I was saying before with the later one, I've been sort of playing this one for a bit. It's a really good game. Again, just sort of trying to get into my RPGs, but this is a lot of fun. It can be quite hard. I actually got stuck on a boss, but it's a really good game. Definitely worth checking out if you're into action RPGs, or if you're just trying to start out in RPGs. This is a good one to start out with. Next I've got here is Ring of Reds. This is very much sort of like a strategy RPG type game. Quite complex in my opinion. It's quite hard to get into. I did play a bit of it, but I didn't really fully understand it. Looks alright though, and I love the artwork in this game. Next up, I've got Jet Li Rise to Honor. I would probably say this would be otherwise a pretty mediocre action game. But what actually makes it a little bit better is the fact that it's got quite a unique control system where you use the dual analog sticks to sort of control the fighting. This is definitely one I would recommend if you're a fan of Jet Li movies, because you do get to utilize, the Jet Li style of fighting. It's really quite cool, and using the dual analog sticks is quite a novel way of doing it, and it actually does add something to the game. So on that note, it's actually quite good. So yeah, again, if you see it cheap, guys, definitely don't pass it up. Next, I've got Sonic Gems Collection. Basically a compilation of a few Sonic games. In my opinion, it's just worth getting for Sonic CD. What else we got here? We've got Sonic the Fighters and Sonic R. Sonic the Fighters is quite a novelty game, but I don't really think you'll be missing much if you haven't played it. Sonic R, I don't think I've tried. It's a racing game, but it doesn't really appeal to me. But this is worth owning just for Sonic CD. Next here, I've got Sonic Heroes. I think this is a criminally underrated game. I don't know why a lot of people don't talk about this game. I know some Sonic fans don't like it, but I think it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It plays well. To be honest with you, it got kind of annoying hearing people sort of shitting on a lot of the modern Sonic games, because they were saying like, oh, if it wasn't for like Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, that all the sort of recent Sonic games have been really shit. But I just think they're too hard in the series. I mean, fair enough, there might be a few, you know, one or two crap games, but this one is not really one of them. This is actually quite a fun game. It's a team-based game. You sort of pick a team of 3 and you sort of work your way through the levels. It's fun. There's nothing really wrong with it. It's a lot of fun. I'd recommend it. Next here, I've got Siphon Filter, the Omega Strain. Yeah, it's a good third-person action stealth game. It's got multiplayer as well, but obviously it's no longer functioning. But, you know, it's not as good as the other Siphon Filter game, but it's okay. Next, I've got Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. It's a fantastic Gran Turismo game. Yeah, just really, really good. I mean, you know the score. If you like Gran Turismo, definitely worth getting. Next, I've got Marvel Ultimate Alliance. This is sort of like a top-down RPG stroke action game. I'm big into Marvel, so that's why I picked this up, but I couldn't really get into it, to be perfectly honest. Masters of the Universe. This is a really shit game. Really isn't worth the time. I got this for about 20p plus £1 postage, which I think is all about what it's worth. You know, I was hoping it would be, I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be that great of a game, but, you know, I thought it would at least be semi-playable. It isn't. The controls, the character moves really slow and clunky. Yeah, it's not a good game at all. Definitely don't pick this one up. Next here, I've got Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. This is the one that I've completed. Just fantastic. Love this game. All the Metal Gear games are brilliant in my opinion. And this is definitely up there as one of the best. Next, we've got the Midway Arcade Treasures. So you've got Midway Arcade Treasures 1, 2, and 3. In my opinion, the first 2 are definitely worth tracking down. A lot of old school 8-bit and 16-bit games on these compilations, and there's loads of them. Whereas this one only has, I think, 4 games, if I'm not clear. It says here, Hydro Thunder. I think you got San Francisco Rush. Yeah, not a lot of games, but it's okay. But the first 2 are definitely worth tracking down. Next up, I've got Robotech Invasion. Again, you know, I'm a big fan of Robotech, and this sort of plays like a 3D sort of first-person shooter slash third-person. Really quite cool. You know, if you like your first-person shooters, this is probably definitely worth getting. Next, I've got Swords of Destiny. This is sealed. Managed to pick this one up for about £1 on eBay. Looks very much like a Devil May Cry sort of game. So yeah, I haven't played it, obviously. Next one is Shinobi. Really cool Shinobi game. Yeah, definitely worth a play, but not a patch on the 2D Shinobi games. Next, I've got Silent Scope. This is a really cool arcade game. Definitely worth picking up if you see this game in the wild, guys. Let's move all these forwards. Okay. Next up, Soul Reaver 2. I'm currently playing through the first Soul Reaver game on the PS1, so I haven't tried this one yet. But based on that first game, I can only imagine this will be just as good. Shadow of Memories. Guys, this is a really cool game. This was amazing. I remember when I bought this game, I put it on just to try it out, and I ended up playing it all the way through. Just a brilliant game. It's kind of hard to describe it. It's sort of like a 3D platform puzzler. I don't even know how to describe it, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, I suppose the best I can do is you're a guy that sort of jumps around in time trying to prevent his own death. It's a really cool game. There's no fighting in it whatsoever. It's just a lot of time jumping to various periods, and you've just sort of got to figure out who's trying to kill you and how to prevent your death. This is a really great game, guys. I'm probably not selling this game very well, but it really is such a fantastic game. Really drew me in. It's not chock full of action, but it's got a very intriguing story, and the twist at the end is fantastic. Definitely worth seeking out, guys, if you want something different. Next up, I've got Siphon Filter Dark Mirror. This is an excellent game. It's just more sort of third-person stealth action game. If that's your thing, then definitely give this one a try. Next up, I've got Scarface. This is brilliant, in my opinion. Graphically, it's one of the later games, so it looks amazing. Really, really cool open world style game. So this is definitely recommended if you see it, guys. Seven Samurai. Don't bother with this, guys. This is actually one of the worst games I've ever played. I bought this simply because at the time I was on a bit of a Seven Samurai kick. I had just watched the film. I'd watched Magnificent Seven. So I was on this bit of a Seven Samurai kick, and I wanted to give this a try. This is actually a game I bought quite early on, so I learned from this. So I bought this blind. I since don't buy games like this anymore. I don't take chances like this. But yeah, it's a piece of shit. Don't pick this up at all. It's really, really crap. Next one I have is Rygar. This is a really cool third-person action game. It has sort of fixed camera angles like the Resident Evil series, but it plays like God of War, Devil May Cry style game. Really cool. Definitely, if you see this game, I recommend picking it up. Next one I've got is The Godfather. I haven't really had a chance to get into this one yet, but from the little bit that I've played, it does look really good. So, yeah, I look forward to trying this one out at some point. And finally, I've got Samurai Western. This is a really cool third-person action game. It's like a hack-and-slash game. You sort of play as a samurai that sort of goes to the Old West. Plays really well. It's a lot of fun, but it's quite an obscure game, and it does sort of command... It's quite expensive. Well, it's not very expensive. You can get it for under 20, but it definitely goes for more than 10. So it really depends. I'd recommend looking up some footage first, but it's a very good game, and I very much enjoy it. So that's it, guys. That is part 4 of my PlayStation 2 collection. I hope you guys did enjoy this video and it's not boring you too much. I know I've going through a lot here, so but yeah, if you did like this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up. It'd be greatly appreciated. And of course, I would love to hear your thoughts as well. Let me know if there was any games here that you thought were quite interesting, or you thought were shit, whatever. Just let me know, guys, in the comments below, and I'll be back with part 5 very soon. So take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.